From William E. Simpfield in Woodbridge on the campus of Amity High School. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. The first time we've ever come to Woodbridge with our cameras, and we got a good one as Amity gets set to host the 8th-ranked Daniel Hand Tigers. And hi again, everybody. I'm Mark Robbins. And again, welcome to Woodbridge as Amity prepares to match up with Daniel Hand. The Tigers are undefeated, a powerhouse once again at 2-0. But this year, Amity might just have the talent, the skill, and determination to pull off the upset. And to talk about the Spartans of Amity down on the field, a young, talented broadcaster, my partner, and I could say that because he is younger than me, our John Pearson.
Well, thanks, Mark. On the field, Amity head coach Bert Mosellis. And Bert, 1-1 start for you guys, first home game for you. That's the good news. The bad news is you get Hand, one of the top teams in the state, right away.
Yeah, well, we play West Haven the first week. We got Xavier next week, so 3 of the first 4 are against top 10 teams. But we played the same schedule last year. We play hard. It's one thing we like about our kids so far. I mean, we've made mistakes because we're young, but we're playing hard all the time. And we ask them to play 6-8 seconds at a time, and hopefully we'll be successful that way. And
obviously you play these games to win these games, and Mark just said it. You have enough talent on this team. You have the youth, the work ethic to pull off the upset tonight. You feeling good with your team and some of the guys going into this?
I'm feeling good with the team. We work real hard in practice trying to correct our mistakes every week, and we're eliminating some of those. You know, injuries play a little bit of a role in every team when you lose a couple guys, and we're not particularly deep with experience. And when you lose a couple guys right off the hop, other guys are getting experience. So hopefully it's going to pay off in the second half of the season. We think we'll be much better.
Bert, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Mark, game time just a couple minutes away. Let's send it back up to you.
Thank you very much, John. Amity and Hand both coming in off victories. Hand, a winner over Lyman Hall a week ago. Amity knocked off East Haven. It is Hand at Amity, our high school football game of the week. Kickoff coming up next on MyTV9 and WTNH.com.
Do you need help with your well water? Rhodes Pump provides reliable and professional well system and sewage pump services. Quality work for old-fashioned prices and value. Call Rhodes Pump Service 800-543-3578.
Leaky roof? Damage may have already been done. Visit us at 888remodel.com and take $500 off this season.
Power Home Remodeling Group, 888 Remodel.
We know many of you are dealing with damage and devastation from Irene. We want you to know News 8 has your back as you deal with the aftermath. Go to WTNH.com or mobile WTNH.com for the latest information, resources, and important safety tips for your family and your home.
After Irene coverage on WTNH.com, sponsored by Duchess Restaurants. Enjoy a freshly cooked meal today at Duchess Restaurants. With 15 locations, there's a Duchess near you.
Thinking about a new career in cosmetology but can't afford tuition? Welcome to Sista's Academy of Cosmetology, where the only thing you pay for are the books. With Learn to Earn, the tuition is absolutely free.
It's easy.
Learn from professional instructors today's cutting-edge techniques and salon management skills.
I'm learning the hottest cuts and how to be my own boss.
Start your career today with free tuition at Sista's Academy of Cosmetology. Call 203-440-3996.
Your future starts now.
Coverage of the high school football game of the week on MyTV9 is proudly supported by Rhodes Pump Service. Call for all your well water needs. For more information and a schedule of games, go to WTNH.com.
What will you build? What will be your legacy? How will you make the world a better place? If you're searching for an answer to these questions, Habitat for Humanity can help. It's a curious thing, thought Habitat for Humanity. We build houses and something more, something extraordinary. A Habitat build site is where laying one foundation can transform a neighborhood, where painting a room colors an entirely new outlook on life, where installing a window offers a clearer vision of the future, where renovating a home can renew a community, where setting a level can balance a life. You see, Habitat for Humanity builds houses and so much more. So what will you build? Visit Habitat.org to learn more.
And welcome back to Woodbridge. This is William E. Sim Field on the campus of Amity High School. We're getting set for our high school football game of the week as the Spartans of Amity open up their home season by hosting Daniel Hand out of Madison. The Tigers 2-0, Amity 1-1, and of course Daniel Hand ranked 8th in this week's News Aid poll. I'm Mark Robbins along with John Pearson. And John, you talked with Bert Mazelis before the ball game about the Amity side of the football. For Daniel Hand, a deep group. We won't see the same name on either side of the ball because they have a two-platoon system.
Yeah, they have plenty of players to go around, Mark, like you said, on both sides of the football, and talent at every position as well. They're a dangerous bunch. 42 points in their opening win over Fairfield Prep, 42-0 win there. And then they bounced back and beat Lyman Hall at Lyman Hall last week, 41-20. So they know how to put points on the board for sure.
Amity will receive the opening kick. And it is, again, the home opener for the Spartans. They are 1-1 after beating East Haven last week on the road, opening up 2 weeks ago on the road in a tough loss at West Haven. So here we go. Daniel Hand kicking off to Amity. Our high school game of the week underway and out of bounds right away, so no return, and the ball will be placed upfield for the Amity Spartans. Let's take a look at the Amity starting offensive group, and they have a veteran at quarterback. Tyler Valley, the 5'10", 190-pound senior, will lead this offense. They run 4 wides. Cody Ellison, another veteran back from a year ago. They don't have a lot of experience, this group. The offensive line, relatively young and inexperienced as well.
But they have some athletes, Mark. Valley and Ellison, both pretty good athletes, play other sports, excel in other sports as well. So expect some big things out of those two guys.
Tyler Valley, also a lacrosse player. He is a third-year quarterback at the varsity level, has been platooning the last couple of years, had an injured shoulder a year ago and missed some time, but he is in there. The one running back will be James Seminella, a 6-foot junior, and they will spread it out. And don't know what's going on exactly right now. Well, you know what? If we don't have a football, you can't play. So there we go. Opening play of our ball game, and out of the shotgun. He'll be there and under center every now and then is Tyler Valley. Seminella, that's him in motion. And they'll throw it out real quick. Complete to Tyler Bishop. It's Tyler to Tyler for a connection for the Spartans.
Nice start to the season so far for Valley, 13-24 passing mark, 244 yards, among the top passers in the state so far this year.
And in that defense for Hand in the middle, Joe DeMichael, the huge defensive tackle, 6'2". He's going about 297 now, as Pop said. We talked to him before the ball game. And he anchors a very talented and experienced group.
Getting plenty of attention, too, from the college football recruiters as well as the college wrestling recruiters. We'll get into that as the telecast goes on.
And there is a change in the secondary. Brendan Bilchek will be in the lineup, replacing Brian Wilson. And now a little option. Ball loose. Seminella can't hold on to it, it looks like. And indeed, Hand has recovered Vince Girantana. The safety makes the play, a bad pitch and a turnover, something the Spartans can ill afford.
Yeah, you don't want to do this against one of the best teams in the state, Mark. Hand. They're good at capitalizing on mistakes. They've done it the first couple of weeks, and we'll see what they turn this into early on in this game. We've seen that a lot in the first couple of games of the year. A lot of sloppy play to start games for all teams.
And right away, Hand, the Tigers with great field position at the Amity 33-yard line. Henry Foy, the quarterback, the 6'2 senior. And he will throw it deep for the corner. Coverage there and knocked away. Bishop with a great defensive play, knocking the ball away from Nick Vitale.
Single coverage out there. That's a who wants it more kind of type play there, Mark. And a nice job by Bishop. Ball maybe a shade underthrown.
Nick Vitale, the intended receiver. Let's take a look at well, when we get a chance, Hand likes to throw and get as many plays going as they can. They quickly line up and they will hand it off. And that is Kevin Fry, the running back, I believe, into the middle of that Amity line. There he is, the 5'11", 170-pound senior.
Fry coming off a 2-touchdown game last week against Lyman. He broke one for 50 yards, had another short one of 6 yards.
Foy gets the Tigers up to the line awfully quickly. And it'll be 3rd down and about 9. Foy again deep, but too deep that time. Had a receiver open. Had Nick Vitale on a crossing pattern, but overthrew him by 6 or 7 yards. Here is the a look at the hand offense. And again, Foy the quarterback. Vitale, a 3-year starter. The line, very solid. Mitchell Pasqualoni, yes, the nephew of UConn head coach Paul Pasqualoni. 4th down, they'll go for it. Here come the Tigers. 4th and 9, trying to take advantage of the Amity fumble to start this football game. And out of the shotgun, Foy again. And just a little bit too high, knocking over one of the officials, the line judge. Good defensive coverage that time by the side judge.
Yeah, early off on his throws, but there's still plenty of football to be played, and we know when he's on, he's pretty good.
That side judge might be my buddy Rich Felsigno down there. I have to give him a hard time. We got him on camera. 4th down, incompletion, turns the ball back to Amity, and let's see if the Spartans can handle the football, and they get another shot. They give up 1 yard on the change of possession off the fumble. So now it's Tyler Valley with Seminella in motion. On the option, the keeper by Valley. Doesn't get much. Yeah, we'll talk all night about the athleticism of Tyler Valley, and one of the best lacrosse players in the state. I know he is trying to decide which sport or maybe play both, depending on the level he wants to play.
You see that so many times with these skill players, Mark. They're not only are they good in one sport, often they excel in another as well.
Valley trying to show off his arm now. Fires over the middle, has a receiver, and it's dropped right at midfield. Dropped that time over the middle. They were trying to get it to Bishop again. So a 3rd down now. And 9 for Amity. So both teams, John, a little jittery.
A little rusty out of the gate. Maybe it's a big TV game, Mark. You never know. But 20, Bishop seems to be Valley's favorite target, at least early on.
Well, the cameras make me nervous. I know that. Ellison to the near side. 3 receivers, top of the screen. They'll hand it off. And that is number 34. David Adelino, the 195-pound junior, picked up about 3 yards, but it'll be 4th down at about 7. And a punting situation for the Spartans. Look at the Amity sideline, the hand sideline.
It's like a Mike Ciotti. Dad, Larry Ciotti, coached at Yale for years.
Cole German, the punter for Amity.
Nice kick.
Fielded and bobbled away. And back to retrieve it is Kyle Anderson, and he is swarmed under at about the 29-yard line. So much different field position this time, the second possession for the Tigers of hand.
Yeah, and they weren't able to do anything with that early good field position. Mark went to the pass a lot. Curious to see if maybe they try to get the run game going here.
The Amity defense trying to stir something up early. Hand now with its second possession. Bert Mazelis working the Spartan sideline. Here comes Foy and the Tigers. 1st and 10. Handoff to Fry and submarining in. That's the middle linebacker. That's Jordan LaGenny coming in. Good job by the junior, whose uncle was an all-stater way back in the day. I think leather helmets back here at Amity when his uncle was here. A loss of, well, a yard or so. Another handoff, and again, the penetration, John, by the middle of that Amity line.
So, yeah, they're trying to establish a run there, Mark, but so far nowhere to run against that Amity defense.
Spartans winning the battle up front right now. And, you know, we talked briefly about the 2-platoon system. And this is the first time they're trying it. Joe DeMichael has played both offense and defense for hand during the first 2 games, but they feel like they can rest him now. Trouble with the snap for Foy. And he falls on it to save possession, but they lose another 5 or 6. And boy, the offenses are jittery to say the least.
Well, you know, Mark, you can understand maybe the first couple games of the year. You're now game 3 into the season, and these early game jitters. I mean, it's normal to be a little bit nervous, but you know, at this point, you think they'd be out the window, and I'm sure we'll see better football as the night progresses.
So it'll bring up a punt for the Tigers of Hand. So right now we are seeing the defenses take control. Both teams rather conservative, and now it looks like Hand, without enough personnel on the field, the Tigers have to take a timeout. We will too. Scoreless in the first quarter of our game of the week. Hand and Amity back in a moment.
What's new at Raymore and Flanagan? Beautiful, affordable home decor items for your home. Gorgeous area rugs. More great furniture designs. Now with expanded delivery throughout the U.S. You can even apply for instant credit. Go to RaymoreFlanagan.com for details.
Great job, honey.
Raymore and Flanagan.
You're watching the high school football game of the week on MyTV9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body, Center for Orthopedics, and Power Home Remodeling Group.
It's great to be back.
Hi.
It's great to be back.
At play or at work, everyone wants to get back in the game as soon as possible. Our team of compassionate physicians at the Center for Orthopedics has the experience and the specialty training to do just that. The Center for Orthopedics. Visit us online or call for an appointment.
It's up to sons, it's up to daughters. Stand up to cancer.
100% of your donations go to collaborative cancer research. Go to standuptocancer.org and give.
Does your home's exterior need work and you've been putting it off? New windows or doors, perhaps siding, or roofing. Imagine getting it all for free, everything. Just enter the Power Home Remodeling $50,000 home improvement sweepstakes. There's no purchase necessary and nothing to lose. Well, except drafty windows and a leaky roof, that is. Enter online, 888remodel.com. $50,000. What are you waiting for?
Power Home Remodeling Group, 888 Remodel.
What will you build? What will be your legacy? How will you make the world a better place? If you're searching for an answer to these questions, Habitat for Humanity can help. It's a curious thing, thought Habitat for Humanity. We build houses and something more, something extraordinary. A Habitat build site is where laying one foundation can transform a neighborhood, where painting a room colors an entirely new outlook on life, where installing a window offers a clearer vision of the future, where renovating a home can renew a community, where setting a level can balance a life. You see, Habitat for Humanity builds houses and so much more. So what will you build? Visit Habitat.org to learn more.
Burt Mazelis along the Spartan sideline here at Sim Field, hoping the rain holds off as Hand gets set to punt. As Girantana, the lefty, boots it away. And Bishop falls down, and the ball takes a big-time roll for Hand, and the Tigers down it at about the 24-yard line of Amity. So the Spartans will take over. Third time they've had the football. Neither team, John, doing much so far.
Not much, and that's the second time we've seen Bishop go down that pass incompletion early on. And talking to Burt Mozelis earlier before the game, he's not thrilled with the field conditions here. And I know there's been talk to try to get some turf up here eventually. So I'm sure with some fundraising events over the years, maybe they'll get some nice turf in here for these guys. But early going, looks like the footing's not great.
First game of the year played here. They haven't even had a freshman game here yet. This ball taken up the middle for a couple of yards, maybe. It is really tough with Joe DeMichael in there, and he's 6'2", 290-ish, and he's just a mountain in there.
Yeah, he's a man among boys out there, really, Mark. You look at it. I mean, he's a strong kid, too. I mean, he could bench 400 pounds. He squatted 600 recently, and this is a high school kid, so he's only gets stronger as he heads out to college. And, you know, if I'm the back and I'm calling plays or I'm running in a direction, I'm running the opposite way of DeMichael.
As fast as I can. 2-yard pickup for the Spartans. It'll be second down and about 8. And again in motion on the option keeper, and smacked at the 25 is Tyler Valley. And again, that time the defense, again, penetration. Matt Walsh with a big pop on Valley. So no gain on the play. Third down now. And about 8, maybe even half a yard lost. Spartans sputtering so far offensively. They fake it. Valley will keep. Throws it just to get out of the pressure. It's incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down and another Amity punt.
Yeah, he rolled out, tried to buy himself some time, Mark, and he rolled out right into the defender's arms pretty much. So he had no choice but try to get that away and salvage, you know, what could have been a big loss.
The Spartans preparing to punt, and you need a punter to do that. So we had trouble, didn't have a football to start the game. Now we have a punt coming up and didn't have a punter. But they get him out there. German is out there to kick it away. And a pretty good one. And it will be taken
we got a
at
flag
the 43.
Right there.
It's going to come back. It is going to come back. And the ball got into Amity territory and a decent return.
Well, the reason he has a decent return because the defender who was about to hit him got blasted in his back, and there's the call.
Yeah, Matt Sullivan on the return.
Block in the back during the return. First down.
Block in the back, Mike Barbero. 32nd year as an official in high school play. All right, so 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Hand with the football. Trying to get something started at their own 36. And they will hand it off. And again, the middle of that line for Amity. The dive play nets him a yard, yard and a half. You see big number 72 in there, Dennis Flanagan, 6'2", 220 junior, stopping Kevin Fry.
Well, you got big guys up front, Mark. You got a 6'1", 255, 6'2", 220, and a 6'3", 225. Then you throw a 5'11", 168 in there. So there's good size up there, and obviously these guys got some speed, too.
And they're juniors. Over the middle, Foy's got a man. Catch is made, and the tackle at about the 44-yard line. A big reception that time, and a big pass play. Foy makes the connection. And a first down.
Great job, great route by the receiver, looking the ball right into his hands. There was a couple of black jerseys around him, and he knew he was going to take a lick, but he was able to hold on.
Ball into Amity territory. First down, first down as well of the ball game. This is Fry finding room, and he gets inside the 40 before Seminella knocks him down at around the 38.
Maybe that pass play is the thing that gets this hand Tiger offense going. Nice yardage on the air, through the air, and then some good yards on the ground.
The hand offense starting to open up a little bit. Maybe they just need that first pass completion for Foy. And now another run over the right side of that line, and a first down as Fry continues to pound away.
Nice patience by Fry as well, waiting for the guys on the right side to seal their men and then run right over the back, I think, of his right tackle.
And it's a quick pace now. The blitz comes, they pick it up, they throw it out on a side screen. And that's Nick Vitale. And Vitale gets close to the 25-yard line, may have gotten there for about a 4-yard pickup.
You said it, Mark. The blitz was coming, and great block there by the running back. I think that was Fry giving Foy that extra second to complete that pass.
6-yard gain, actually, on the play, and Foy now really has the Tigers in the first rhythm we've seen in this ballgame. And again on the slant, Foy's pass is complete. And that time, I believe it's Matt Ilias. No, excuse me, Caleb Ewald or Anderson. It is very difficult to pick up the numbers, the gold numerals, beforehand on those white jerseys. That was Kyle Anderson. And this is Fry. And he's got room. Tripped up. Seminella had him by the ankle, and that might have saved a touchdown. He was looking to make one more move and get into the end zone, but he picks up, I believe, a first down for hand, and the Tigers are on the march.
That was a great job by Fry. He was looking to go a little left. The cutback move was able to open that up on the right side. Again, the holes seem to be gashing on the right side there for the Tiger running back.
First and goal. Hand at the Amity 8-yard line. Foy in the shotgun now. That's Vitale in motion. They'll throw it out, try to get blockers for him, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Well executed. Caleb Ewald, the junior, catching the little bubble screen. The blockers there, and an 8-yard touchdown toss from Henry Foy to Caleb Ewald.
And the key there, Mark, you said it, the little bubble screen to get the other guys out there throwing their blocks before, and that's exactly how that play went, and that's why it turned into 6 points.
The extra point coming up now. Foy, the holder, bobbled it, and it's blocked. Well, Foy had trouble with it and got it down late, and then the kick was blocked. 6-0, hand on top. Let's get down and find our MyTV9 star, Brittany Decker.
All right, well, the game just started, and it's a beautiful night, and I already found our super fan. She's not only cheering loud, but she is working very hard, too. What is your name?
Haley Benedetto.
And what are you doing today at the game?
I'm supporting Amity dance team.
All right, and what are you selling there? You have necklaces and a noisemaker?
Amity Spartan Spirit Stick and glow stick.
All right, well, congratulations, you're our game super fan, and you get the new Dave's Hot and Juicy Cheeseburger from Wendy's today. Congratulations, and enjoy the rest of the game. You're a great super fan. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Brittany. Well, we found our super fan, and right now we have our first score of the ball game. Hand taking that ball and going a little over 80 yards for the touchdown.
It's a good deal for the super fan. You get a football and a hot and juicy gift certificate to Wendy's. I mean, you can't go wrong.
That's a deal you cannot beat. 6-0, point after no good, so hand on top. And the Tigers are preparing to kick it back with 3:34 to go, first quarter, to the Spartans of Amity. This ball will be fielded at around the 18-yard line. And trying to get past the 30, but not able to. Joe Chouanier. Let's take a look, John, at the replay of the touchdown toss.
Yeah, and Foy started to heat up on this series. The offense overall, the running game and the passing game, but here it is, the perfect ball. You get the receivers blocking out in front, creates that hole for Ewald to just kind of dance his way right in the end zone, and this is what Hand does. They can score points and score them quickly.
So the Amity Spartans now trailing at 6-0, trying to answer the first score by hand. The Tiger defense has stuffed the Spartans to this point. The dance team for Amity, the A team, I think. I don't know, and Tyler Valley has to call timeout. And that's one of those things, John, where you're coming out after a dead ball situation, when you've been on the sideline, you have got to know, you guys as an offense have to be in sync and know what to run.
Yeah, you have to have a play or two ready to go, Mark. And if you see something you don't like, call the second play. There's something to fall back on. And that's a frustrating timeout, I'm sure, for Coach Mozelis there and the Spartans.
And you see Bert Mozelis going over the situation. Spartan band playing as well. And Bert Mozelis, in his second year as the head coach here at Amity, was a longtime assistant back in the 80s and early 90s. Then went off to North Haven for a while and has come back.
Yeah, he's Mr. Amity High, isn't he? He's a PE teacher here. He says occasionally he's retired now. He'll come back and substitute. He'll work security, whatever it takes. Today he was in the office helping out some students as well. So clearly he is in love with Amity Spartan athletics and academics.
First down for the Spartans at their 30. Motion by Bishop, and they hand off. And that handoff taken by David Adelino. And Adelino picks up about 6 yards. Gets it out to the 36-yard line. Adelino, a junior. Seminella, a junior. So there is some talent and depth in the backfield for the Spartans. Oh, Valley fumbled the football on the option. He lost it again. And it's picked up by the Hand Tigers quickly in there. Wes Staples in the middle of that defensive line, and he pounced on a football. Second fumble, second recovery by Hand.
Right place, right time for Wes Staples. There's been great penetration from that line all night from Hand, and just when it seemed like Amity might have been getting something going, coming out of timeout, 6-yard gain, and they give it right back, and you don't want to do this to this Tigers football team. When you are fighting as an underdog against a talented team and you think you got a chance, you've got to protect the football. Now, Hand looking for more. Foy going for the kill in the corner. Bishop is there, but the catch is made. A tremendous catch by Nick Vitale. What a grab over Bishop. Nick Vitale along the sideline. What an excellent job staying in bounds. Yeah, he went up and got it with 2 hands, Mark. Tyler Bishop played great defense on that. Not much he can do on that. Good ball thrown as well, and great effort to get up and go get it.
First and goal at the 10. Fry. Nothing that time. He'll lose a half a yard. Seminella coming up from his safety spot to help out. Also, Greg Purcell. So second down and goal. No gain on the play.
Greg Purcell, one of those two-way linemen for the Spartans you talked about earlier, Mark.
They lost it. Look at Lord Jenny in the backfield. Fry spun away, and then he is mauled at right back at the line of scrimmage. Jordan LaGenny was like a shot out of a cannon, the proverbial shot out of a cannon to get into that backfield.
Unblocked there, and great job by Fry. You keep the feet moving, you spin out of it, and see what happens. And what happens was he's able to make something out of nothing.
Here's Hand again, quickly to the line of scrimmage. They want to keep the pace upbeat and keep you off balance. It's third down and goal. Foy. Overthrown his receiver. Again, he was looking, I believe, for Ewald. That time, yeah, Caleb Ewald or Kyle Anderson over the middle.
Yeah, 6'4", 205. Nice target, Kyle Anderson. A little overthrown by Foy.
Fourth down now. It looks like they're going to try a field goal. And it'll be Bell coming on. This is Ryan Bell, and it's good. The field goal for Ryan Bell makes it 9-0. Hand on top of Amity in the first quarter of our high school football game of the week. You're watching on the action on MyTV9 and WTNH.com. This week's Superfan is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body.
Do you need help with your well water? Rhodes Pump provides reliable and professional well system and sewage pump services. Quality work for old-fashioned prices and value. Call Rhodes Pump Service 800-543-3578.
Starting my progressive soup for lunch plan, huh?
Nope. Just having some tender chicken and some tasty noodles.
Let's see. Southwestern vegetables, 60 calories.
You know, those jeans look nice.
They do?
Yep.
So you were checking me out?
Yep.
Progresso, 40 soups, 100 calories or less.
For some reason, those 5 food groups sound a whole lot better when you put them in a taco shell instead of a pyramid. Old El Paso, and you gotta have Mexican.
I've spent the last 20 years as a reporter traveling all around the world. I don't have all the answers, but I do have the questions. And together, we can learn more, we can laugh more, we can get more out of life every day.
Weeknights at 5 on MyTV9.
Hi, I'm Brittany, the MyTV9 star. I will be visiting high schools across Connecticut for the MyTV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Superfans! And I will be selecting one superfan in the stands who shows the most school spirit. So be sure to dress up, come on out to the games, and show your school pride. Watch the high school football game of the week, Saturdays at 7 on MyTV9. The Superfan is sponsored by North Haven Auto Body, your best decision after a collision.
You're watching the high school football game of the week on MyTV9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body, Center for Orthopedics, and Power Home Remodeling Group.
Coverage of the high school football game of the week on MyTV9 is proudly supported by Rhodes Pump Service. Call for all your well water needs. For more information and a schedule of games, go to WTNH.com.
What will you build? What will be your legacy? How will you make the world a better place? If you're searching for an answer to these questions, Habitat for Humanity can help. It's a curious thing, thought Habitat for Humanity. We build houses and something more, something extraordinary. A Habitat build site is where laying one foundation can transform a neighborhood, where painting a room colors an entirely new outlook on life, where installing a window offers a clearer vision of the future, where renovating a home can renew a community, where setting a level can balance a life. You see, Habitat for Humanity builds houses and so much more. So what will you build? Visit Habitat.org to learn more.
Back at Sim Field here in Woodbridge, it's 9-0. Hand leading the Spartans of Amity with about a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter.
After going 0 for 2 on offense, Mark Hand goes 2 for 2 now. They get a touchdown, a field goal to take this 9-0 lead, so they're starting to get things going.
And the kick once again, second time in 3 tries going out of bounds. So a good field position for the Spartans of Amity. They need to get something going on offense because they're getting a pattern and now a procedure penalty, as you see, kicking them out of bounds. So they need to get something going, John.
Yeah, absolutely. And they showed some flash. They could run the ball. In that last series, they picked up a nice 6-yard thing. They got to hold on to the ball, Mark. That's obviously been the first quarter problem for them.
The option has been difficult for Tyler Valley to hold on to the football. 1st and 10, Spartans at their own 35. 9-0 now, Hand on top.
And again, looking at what play is coming in here, Mark. You know, coming out of that timeout there, you should have a play ready to go. It looks like they're a little bit confused again.
They're going to throw it out, and it's caught. That's Cody Ellison, the split end, and he is brought down and slow to get up. But Ellison, with a catch of about 9 yards, 2nd down and 1, and he's going to limp off. And we're going to talk about what a valuable player he is and what some of his extracurricular, if you will, activities are.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Goes 5'8", 145. Mark, great football player, and I'll let you make the call, and we'll talk a little bit about him.
2nd and 1, and Adelino busts through for a 1st down. That'll be the first down for the Spartans, and this one across the 45 to about the 48. David Adelino. So a little cross-buck action there for Amity, and the Spartans pick up their first down out to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. They come up quickly. That 4-receiver look. Adelino again, right over the center, Sube Sela, and another few yards.
Finding some success on the right side between the guard and the center there, Mark, and might as well keep going to it. Obviously, this is the best offensive series for the Spartans so far, and this is maybe what it takes. Hey, they're only down 9-0 in the first quarter. You can't look across and see that you're playing Hand of Madison, one of the best teams in the state. Play by play, you know, you hear it all the time, Mark. You know, game by game, play by play, and that's what it takes. And hey, this could be an 8 to 9 game if they get down here and get a 2-point conversion.
Last few seconds of the first quarter will be the last play. They get it out, maybe not. They'll have another play to go. They tried to get it out to Cole German. That ball was overthrown, might have even been tipped.
Yeah, it was tipped by number 4 there.
Pressure on the outside by the Tigers. That was Austin Coretta with the deflection. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6 for the Spartans. They have crossed into hand territory at the 49 for just the first time in this game. Last play, 3.4 seconds ago, first quarter. Little roll for Valley with time and an overthrow in Salmonella in the middle. Not a bad throw. There were 3 defenders around him. End of the first quarter. Hand has the lead 9-0 over Amity and Brittany Decker. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm here with one of our Amity band members, and I was wondering, is that hard to pick up and play?
No, at times, but you get used to it.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle.
And you said that you're a senior here. How long have you been playing in the band?
I've been playing all 4 years here. I started out as a drummer and then picked up the tuba once the old tuba player left.
How cool. Can you play us a couple notes?
Yeah, sure.
That is so cool. Thanks so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you very much. We're getting a little bit of the culture here at Amity High School as well. First quarter in the books, John, and you look at the Spartan sideline, they have to feel like they're in the game if the mistakes aren't made.
Right, little indecision looks like on play calling, Mark. A couple of mistakes, dropping the ball. One of those turnovers turns into a field goal. So, yeah, if they can eliminate the mistakes, there's no doubt they can be in this. Last year against Hand, they were in the game at the half as well. So they know they can play with these guys. It's just trying to play as close to mistake-free football as possible.
Now, here's a tough situation of 4th down at about 6 at the 49 of Hand, and it's one of those situations, do you go for it or not? It looks like they're lining up for a punt. Certainly wouldn't be surprised to see a fake.
Well, you got to play field position, Mark. You don't want to give Hand the ball right there at midfield, especially the way the offense has been playing the last couple of series.
And Jeremy gets the kick away, and it will take an Amity bounce out of bounds close to the 15. They call it the 16-yard line.
I'd like to see if Cody Ellison comes back out to play as a two-way player for the Spartans. He was the one hurt in that offensive series for Amity, and we talked about it, Mark. He's a great football player, great athlete, but he's a snowboarder as well, and he'll be leaving after football season to go out west to train once again.
Yeah, a world-class snowboarder. I think he's been doing this for 3 or 4 years out in Colorado. He goes to school and trains heavily in snowboarding with Olympic X Game aspirations for Cody Ellison. But right now, the aspirations are on this pass play by Hand, and the Tigers have somebody loose. That ball is complete to Vital. That is 88 again. That is Caleb Ewald. And boy, they have found success now over the middle with those slants.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's the guy who caught the touchdown pass earlier in the game, Mark. And great job getting extra yards after the catch and running through some tackles of Amity.
16-yard gain, first down for the Tigers. Hand now. The running play for Fry, and he pushes the pile across the 35. So they give him 7 or 8 on the play. They'll give him 7, 2nd and 3. What will the Tigers choose to do? Almost anything out of this spread formation. They'll give it to Fry again. He's got the first down. Fry spinning close to midfield before he's finally taken down by Tyler Valley. Got a first down as it gets out to the 49-yard line of Hand, and they're really starting to take control of that offensive line. First and 10. Tiger 49, Hand getting it out to Vitale, and he ran without the football.
And he had the blockers in front of him, too, Mark, to turn that into some yardage.
3-year starter, Nick Vitale. Stony Brook looking at him as a wide receiver.
Looks a little frustrated with himself now. He'll get more balls throughout this game and throughout the season, no doubt about it.
2nd down and 10 from the 49 of Hand. And they'll try the slant right side. It's caught. First down into.
It's that Kyle Anderson again, 6'4", 205 coming across the middle. And if he gets ahead of steam going, I'm not sure I want to be on the other side delivering that hit.
Well, taking the ball into Amity territory for a first down. Anderson with that reception puts the Tigers at the 36-yard line of Amity. Foy with Fry. Oh, they'll run a little reverse. Vitale having trouble with the football again. And again, I think he's trying to run with it. He had some space and forgot to take it with him.
I think he saw all that yardage to the right side there, Mark, and maybe did take his eyes just off the ball for a second, and that's all it takes to have that happen right there.
So a loss of about 14 yards. So it's 2nd down and 24. Well, the slant's been open. Foy with a deep drop. Over the middle and through the hands.
Looks like Anderson again,
receiver.
maybe?
Yeah, Anderson. Again, the lights hit those gold numbers, and it is hard for us to see, but the ball incomplete. The pass just a little out of his reach. 3rd down now and about 24.
Nice protection there on that last pass play for Foy, too. He had all day to throw the football, so the line of Hand doing a great job up front.
Amity had some success early with the blitz. See if they come with it now. Jordan Law-Jenny and Connor Myatt, the middle backers. Myatt's coming, but he's picked up, and Foy has a receiver. It's caught at about the original line of scrimmage, and down in a heap goes Ewald. Good job of concentration now just to hang on to the football.
Yeah, it looked like he took a nice shot to the ribs on that play right there. He's been their best receiver so far tonight, Mark.
And the training staff rushing out to the junior, Caleb Ewald. He has the touchdown reception for the Tigers in this 9-0 game. Bert Mozell's trying to figure out how to stop those slants that the Tigers have been throwing on him. Middle of the field has been the soft underbelly so far of this Amity defense.
Both teams take a knee, too, Mark. Love to see the sportsmanship, and that's one thing for sure. Amity, I know you're familiar with their program. Great athletics, top to bottom, whether you're talking about baseball, softball, tennis, track and field, and hand, the other side as well. Great athletic programs there. And talking to Steve Philippone, head coach of Hand, earlier, and football is big in Madison. We know that for sure, and that's why they are good year in and year out. It starts with the young kids. They have a nice feeder program there, and Philippone said one thing he really likes about the feeder program is it's not just football they're teaching the kid. It's character, hard work, all the things you need to be successful in life.
Well, that is true, and nice to see Ewald getting up and able to walk off on his own. 4th down now and about a dozen for the Tigers, who look like they will go for it with a 9-0 lead and about 9:43 to go here with the clock resuming its ticking in the first half. Glad you're with us for our high school football game of the week. Looks like Foy's changing the play. Then a little pooch. You're seeing more and more of that at the college level, and now Foy and Hand trying to pin the Spartans back, but it trickles into the end zone.
That was close, Mark. Look at that, just a couple of yards, and Amity, instead of having it on the 20, would have had it on the 1-yard line, but fortunately for them, it rolled into the end zone, and let's see what their offense can do now. Try to eliminate these mistakes. They've shown signs of moving the ball on this Tigers defense.
And our high school game of the week next week, we're heading to New London, folks. It'll be New London and Ledyard rivalry down in the southeastern part of the state. Tune in right here on my TV 9 at 7 o'clock next Saturday night for that one.
So much good football around the state, Mark. We're fortunate to see different games in different conferences week in and week out. We got a nice one tonight in the Southern Connecticut Conference. Many feel this is the best conference in the state, but there's so many of them. FCAC, the Pequod, you can go on and on. And that Ledyard New London game definitely promises to be a good one.
And we have a penalty.
First down.
And the penalty against Hand is declined. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 20, trailing 9-0 to Daniel Hand High School out of Madison. And on the roll, it's Tyler Valley with the option available to Adelino. I'm not sure he wanted to do that. Adelino was 6 yards behind him, and the pursuit was right there.
And you see a lot of white jerseys coming off him there on that play, Mark.
Well, they got it, looks like, back to the line of scrimmage. Very fortunate. Just couldn't turn that short side option is tricky. If you can break it, you can break it big, but without much room to roam, it is tough to turn the corner. They fake it and try the left side. They pitch it out to Seminella, and, well, pick your tiger. There's 4 of them that wrapped him up for about a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, they weren't butting on that for sure, Mark. It seems like the defense is coming into their own as well. We've seen the hand offense get into a rhythm, and it seems like that hand defense is now finding their rhythm as well.
Daniel Ives, the senior middle linebacker, the man calling the defensive alignment and signals for the Tigers of hand. So 3rd down and about 13 or 14 for Valley, with time and a receiver that he just gets behind him, trying to find German. And German won't catch the football there, so he'll go back and punt it away for the Spartans.
And that's a big play right there for the Spartans. He had him underneath Mark, the ball maybe 5 yards in front of him, and he has potential to break that one for potentially 25, 30 yards.
Missed opportunities in this first half and a couple of mistakes haunting the Spartans early. As German gets ready to kick it away. 2 receivers back. And a loose football picked up and taken down. The tackle made for Amity by Jack Kane. We'll take a quick break. 9-0, hand over Amity. Back in a moment.
Drafty windows? Don't cry over spilled milk. If your windows need replacing, now's the time. Take $50 off per window this season. What are you waiting for?
Power Home Remodeling Group, 888 Remodel.
It's great to be back.
Hi.
It's great to be back.
At play or at work, everyone wants to get back in the game as soon as possible. Our team of compassionate physicians at the Center for Orthopedics has the experience and the specialty training to do just that. The Center for Orthopedics. Visit us online or call for an appointment.
To discover what's new in design, we traveled the world, from the Ivory Coast to the ruins of Ephesus, explored cultures and found inspiration. It fueled our passion for beauty, and you'll find it in every piece of furniture we build.
The Kathy Ireland Home Collection, exclusively at Raymore & Flanagan.
Smart, sophisticated, affordable solutions for your home. That's what we do at Raymore & Flanagan.
Everyone has a boss. Hers is just more confident.
There are no bad ideas in brainstorming. I'm sure I'll come up with something at the 11th hour. I always do. Because I'm just that good.
This fall, get more of Jack. 5 nights a week, 30 Rock.
Weeknights at 7 on MyTV9.
When you watch Judge Judy, the cases get you thinking.
You think this is going to be easy? This is not going to be easy.
The topics get you talking.
You better stop harassing each other. You have a child.
Judge Judy.
Weeknights at 6 on MyTV9.
Back here in Woodbridge, second quarter action, first down. Fry trying to find room on the right side. Might have picked up a yard. Good pursuit that time for Amity. Getting in there, making the stop is Ben Fiola. A gain of about 1. 2nd and 9. They'll give it to Fry again. Right side hit, drags a tackler, and breaks free down the sideline. Tough running, and they can't get him down, but he does step out of bounds How about the effort there from Kevin Fry?
Yeah, we've seen it all night long, Mark. He runs hard and, you know, broke 2 tackles, potentially a third one there had he not stepped out of bounds. I'm sure he's going to make a lot of people miss and break a lot of tackles as the year plays out.
He's 5'11", 170. I think he broke the tackle of Dennis Flanagan, who has him by about 30, 40 pounds. From the 42, and now the little bubble screen over the middle. It's caught and complete. Tyler Riccio down the sideline. Touchdown, Tigers. Tyler Riccio from Henry Foy. What an effort. And you can credit the effort of Fry before that, and then the effort from Riccio at 5'9", the senior, spinning and working his way into the end zone.
See it again. We saw it on the first touchdown pass. The great blocking, everyone picking up their assignment, Mark, and that's what made that play happen. Everyone got to their spot, made their blocks, and he was able to do the rest with his feet.
This is Bell on, Ryan Bell for the point after, and it's good. 16-0. Hand has the lead over Amity. Let's take a look at it again, John Pearson.
And here you go. Foy's got time back there, and there it is. Everyone popping their blocks, and he's finding the daylight to run to. Some shifty moves there to get in the end zone, and all of a sudden this thing might be getting away from Amity. They had kept last year's game close, just a 6-point game at the half, and they're going to need to respond with a score really soon, Mark.
The weapons that Hand possesses, Vitale, Riccio, Anderson, Ewald, got 4 very talented receivers. Let's find Brittany Decker.
There she is.
Okay, so we found our big super fan, and I found some of our smallest fans in the stand. This is baby Luke, and what's your name?
Morgan.
And Morgan, how old are you?
2.
You're 2 years old, and I heard your daddy is somebody very special to the Amity football team. Who's your dad?
Nathan.
Nathan, he's a coach for Amity.
He's a coach, so we're here with a very special family. We're having a lot of fun. We're cheering really loud. Can you cheer? Yes, good job. All right, back to you.
Thank you, Brittany. Nate Gallo, one of the assistants for the Spartans of Amity. Proud of his family, that's for sure. The Spartans trailing it. Boy, after the first 3 possessions for Hand, John Pearson, the Tiger offense starting to really click.
It really has, Mark, and it's a good balance, too. They're getting the passing game, it's going, the running game is going. So, again, Amity, I think, needs to chew up some clock at least right here and keep that Hand offense off the field for just a bit.
And Bishop wriggling through, wiggling his way to about the 33-yard line. Tyler Bishop on the return of that kick. So an opportunity, plenty of time for Amity. The Spartans, you talked about, they need to march down the field. Well, they'll take a one-play score, certainly, but they need to control the clock.
Yeah, if not, get that quick score, Mark. Yeah, chew up some of this clock and get some confidence and show that they can move the ball and make a game out of this in the second half and keep this thing from getting out of hand.
Find some points at the end of the drive, and that pass by Valley will be incomplete. He was a little bit off the mark for Jonathan Alberti.
We talked about it, Mark. Coach Moselles is only starting 5 seniors this year. He has 7 seniors total on the team. He's got some juniors and sophomores coming out. He's trying to build a program here. You know, so many of the other sports have success, and he's hoping that can follow with the football program. He's got athletes to choose from, plenty of talent out there, and now it's just about building this program and getting them into contention. They play in a tough conference, too. I mean, every week they have a tough game.
Second down, Valley will keep it. He's got room, trying to get outside. Cracked it about the 42, and he fought off 2 tacklers and stayed in bounds. That's an effort, and that can inspire a team.
That's toughness right there. Alexander Tessero would like to probably have that back. He came in and thought he could just pop Valley right out of bounds there with that big hit, but he didn't wrap him up, and that allowed Valley to pick up some extra yardage there. Nice job by Tyler Valley.
Out to the 46. Look at it again, John, and look at the effort.
And here he is, and we've talked about him, an athlete. You know, he knows right away what he's going to do with the ball, and here's the pop coming up right there. Didn't wrap him up and allowed him to pick up a few extra yards in that play. And this could be what they need, a little bit of momentum.
See if they can take the football and run with it. Adelino tries, but not much there as he is taken down. Joe DeMichael, I believe, making the stop. The monster in the middle. I mean that affectionately.
Of course.
Second down and 9, about a yard pickup.
His dad's sitting right in front of us, and he's a big guy,
I wouldn't want to mess with either one of them, that's for sure.
I'm with you.
Second down and 9. They'll swing it outside to Seminella, and a great one-on-one tackle that time, and a great job by Vince Giarantana. That was 7-on-7, one-on-one.
Right.
A new drill.
That's where the skill players get to shine, those 7-on-7 competitions.
No gain. Now they'll stack the receivers on each side. 4 split. Adelino is the setback with Valley. Now he goes way in motion. They may swing it out to him, or they may go deep over the middle. Too deep. And they can't get it to the receiver out there, and it'll be 4th down. And they got 1 first down on the tough run by Valley, but can't keep the momentum.
You know, in the Amity offensive line, Mark, you got to think of for a guy like Greg Purcell, who I think just had DeMichael coming at him on the right side. This is when you know you've got one of the best players in the state coming into your town, you're definitely going to lift your game up a little bit, knowing that, hey, I got a chance to stop this guy. I've heard a lot about him. And nice job by Purcell right there as DeMichael came in on the right side.
We saw Steve Philippone on the far side for Daniel Hand, a little animated there. And now the return and room to the outside. I believe this is Vitale. Is it Vitale? Hard to see. Oh no, it's Ewald. Ewald back in the lineup. Caleb Ewald.
Yeah, he knocked out earlier.
They all run alike too.
They really do. High step in there, Mark, and he found the holes he needed to, and he's a quick guy. He's shown it all night long, and a tough guy. Obviously, he got knocked out on that last series, was out of the game, and he comes right back in, fresh legs, and looks like he's obviously okay.
Big opportunity now for Hand to really step on the Spartan's throat and ram it down here, starting at the Amity 29-yard line. First down with 5:40 left. Fry, slicing, spinning. Inside the 30, the 25, down about the 23-yard line. And a big gain, and that's what has changed after the first couple of series, John. They have been getting big chunks of yardage on first down.
Right, and it's a combination of the line, and it's also a combination of Fry and the receivers making more after they get through the initial contact.
They try the blitz. Fry runs by him, hip-hopping over people. Fry is tough to bring down.
Wow, I was just going to say on the last series, Mark, one thing I like about him is the spin move. He's done the spin move a couple times on contact. That's the first time we've seen that bunny hop, and he does that pretty well as well.
Oh, my goodness.
That's something you don't coach. You know,
no, you can't. You can't do that drill. The spin and hop drill, you don't see running backs do that. Quickly to the line. And now Amity, you know what? They have to call timeout. They have got to figure out a way to stop the Tigers. The pace has kept the Spartan defense off balance, and Bert Mazelis knows it at this point.
Yeah, it's a good timeout by Bert to kind of calm his guys down a little bit. They've been giving up big yardage. Just give them a breather right here. This Hand offense, they're ready to go like right away, quick fire offense. And you don't know what's coming at you either, Mark. A lot of times offenses like that like to throw, or run, but you're getting it from both the run game and the passing game.
Let's go down to our MyTV9 star, Brittany Decker.
I found some pretty fun fans over here. They're not even sitting down. They're up at the fence. What's your name?
My name is Nan.
And who are you cheering for today?
For my grandson, Benj Fiola on Amity team.
Awesome. And what's your name?
Anastasia.
And who are you cheering for?
My brother.
Your brother. And are you having a good time today?
Yeah.
And what are you doing with these noisemakers? Can I see you in action? All right, well, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game, and have fun cheering for your brother. Back to you.
Thank you, Brittany. A carry by Fry takes it inside the 10. Second down and about 8. They can get a first down at about the 1-yard line. Foy gives it to Fry. Why not? Waltzing in for the touchdown. Boy, this was all Kevin Fry in this drive.
A little help from Ewald, too, on that setup on the punt return as well, Mark. But Fry has been terrific, getting stronger as the game goes on, finding his legs, and he does it all. He's got the footwork to make you miss, and he can also run right over you, right through you.
And he ran right over Victor Bachetto, the center, Dan Padelli, the right guard, Matt Sagnelli, the left guard. The hole opened up, and he spun through. Here's Ryan Bell trying to make it 23. They got a marker on the play. Let's see what it is. But boy, Kevin Fry with a very impressive effort on that drive.
So 2 TDs through the air now. First one on the ground for a hand mark, and we're seeing that balance.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense.
So a procedure penalty against the Tigers. Backing them up. They'll try the kick again. There's Steve Filippone in the hat and the white stripe with the black sweats and the headset. And he has built a powerhouse here.
Really has. 22 years on the job, Mark. State titles, always in contention as well.
Bell longer, but good. Ryan Bell with the extra point, and Hand now has a commanding lead. It's 23-0 over Amity. Still 4.5 to go. So, John, now you're Bert Mazelis. Can you get a score before the half to get some confidence and get back into this?
You know, they have the athletes for the big play capability, Mark. They haven't really shown much of it. They definitely need something going into intermission to build on. You know, early on, they looked pretty good. They were able to hold the Hand offense back for just a little while. But now we're seeing the strength of, you know, one of the top 10 teams in the state and the depth that they have. They keep coming at you, and it's not just one guy doing it to you. It's spread out amongst that offense.
You mentioned the top 10 teams in the state, and we have in our poll, our News 8 poll, Hand ranked 8th this week, and there it is.
Wow,
the News
magic.
8 top 10. Xavier with a tough matchup this week against Cheshire, Massac, and we'll see Massac and Pomperog in early November in Monroe, and that should be a terrific game.
I'm hoping they're both, what, 7-0, 8-0 at that point. What a matchup. Casey Cochran, of course, the Massac quarterback. He's headed to UConn, son of Jack Cochran, who coached for years in high school football, and Casey can really chuck it for sure. They're leading the state in yardage, too, so you know you're going to see the throwing and passing, whatever you got. If you're an offensive guy, you're going to like watching Massac.
Kick taken at the 15, and up the middle, a big hole. This is Tyler Bishop out near midfield. And a nice return of about 35 yards for Tyler Bishop.
There's the big play we talked about, Mark. Now, what do they do with it? Can they continue to move it? They have plenty of time on that clock to work it a little bit. 4:21 to go. And Bishop's had a nice game so far. He's shown he's a threat when he touches the ball. So I'd look to try to get the ball to Bishop.
Adelino will start as the setback with Tyler Valley. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. They give it to Adelino, and he is met by the middle of that Hand line. And when I talk about the middle, Joe DeMichael, number 75, the monster in the middle. And, you know, as a great a football player as he is, we haven't really talked about his wrestling yet.
2-time All-American, unbeaten last year at 44-0, 7th best wrestler in his weight class. Max is 287. He's a 7th best in the country, Mark. So this kid is definitely a star in 2 different sports.
A lot of schools looking at him, and they try to swing it out to Salmonella, and he just simply dropped the football. We've seen a few players on both sides try to run before they make the grab.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot, Mark, tonight. You know, you wonder, you know, is the ball thrown in the lights? Is it getting lost in the lights? You know, far too many mistakes, you know, that are causing, you know, big plays potentially.
Tyler Valley looking to the sideline to get that 3rd down and 10.5 call, and it's a tough play for any offensive coordinator. Adelino spreading out. They'll try to throw for it. They got a receiver, and it's dropped at the 40-yard line. Would have been a 1st down, and that is dropped.
That's Bishop there, who you know, made a big catch earlier in the game when he went up to get one, and you know, he's playing 2 ways. You know, he's tired. Just had that great punt return or kick return to set that play up, and unfortunately now they have to give it back to Hand.
3:42 to go and a 23-0 lead for the Tigers of Hand, and Hand has scored 40 or more points in its first 2 games this season, in victories over Fairfield Prep and Lyman Hall. Amity coming in after a, I believe, 48-7 victory over East Haven, and another timeout called by the Spartans. So they will use another timeout on special teams, and as you get toward the end of this first quarter, that's first half, it's tough to do. The schedule for our high school game of the week, and we talked about Pomperaug and Massacre on November 5th, but we have some great ones coming up in the middle of the season.
Yeah, the Torrington Naugatuck getting into the Valley, checking out some of that football there. Cheshire and West Haven, always contenders in the playoff picture. That should be an interesting matchup on October 22nd. We get up to Manchester, who we saw last year as well. They've got some high-power offense as well. And
Conard's undefeated right now as well.
Yeah, so we picked some good ones. You picked some good ones.
You know what? I take the dartboard, and I got about 6 dozen darts, and when I hit the board, that's where we go.
Okay.
Some of the fans here at Sim Field. German will kick it away. Risky play, but taking it to 20 and breaking free. And across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And that is a nice return for Matt Sullivan.
Now it's up to the Amity defense, Mark. A lot of times you see these in ball games. When offense can't get any points on the board, you look for a big play from the defense. And if the defense can make something big happen here, although I tend to think that Hand may stay on the ground here and try to chew up the rest of this clock going into halftime.
Yeah, if you're Amity, you have to have a stop here to stay in the football game. And why not if you're Hand? You know, I would think you're going to see Fry have the football. He was dominant the last series, taking it in for the touchdown. Of course, they will throw for it. And they get the completion. Ewald again out to about the 35-yard line, picking up about 7.
They were out thinking us, Mark. Our call
Not
was a
hard
great
to
call.
do. No. And quickly the line of scrimmage, and pace has been a factor. Foy again, pass complete. And they just get open. They run 5-yard patterns. If it's not a slant, they're doing the little curl, and they're open. Another first down reception.
Right, and the timing is important on that, too. Foy's got to get rid of the ball at the perfect time to keep that open because you close up that gap real quickly. And you talked about the pace, Mark. This, I'm sure, is by design for Hand. You know, when you got guys playing 2 ways, they're gassed. So this defensive Amity has to play offense a lot. So, they're definitely worn down from that other side of the ball as well.
And Foy that time going for Vitale deep, and he overthrows everybody, including Ellison, who, John, is back in the game. It's a good sign for the Spartans of Amity. Trying to get it to Nick Vitale that time. Bring up second down from the Hand 40.
They mentioned Ellison back in the game. That's a good sign to see. He's one of their playmakers. And, again, that great snowboarder that he is. Coach Mazzella said he called him one time. He's out snowboarding with Sean White, the X-Game champ.
Well, a low snap and a lower throw that is incomplete as they were trying to get it to Ewald.
One of the few mistakes we've seen from the Hand offense in the latter part of the first quarter, entire second quarter. Their game has been pretty crisp since the first couple possessions of this game.
Third down and 10 from the 40. Again, that spread allows them to stop at the line of scrimmage, get a new play number probably, or letter, and they look to those wristbands. And Foy really deep drop to set up the middle screen. And a good job of tracking it down. They got it to Fry on the middle screen, and they pick up about 7 yards, 6-7 yards. Fourth down now, and a punt situation with the clock approaching 2 minutes.
Hey, if you can get a big play here on the punt return like you just did on the kickoff, you got a couple of minutes and, get something going here going into halftime.
They only have one timeout, I believe, Amity, remaining in this first half, and they're going to be in deep field position and a deep hole around the 5-yard line. That punt took a wicked hand roll. 23-0 Hand over Amity. Our high school football game of the week will continue on MyTV9 at WTNH.com. You're watching the high school football game of the week on MyTV9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body, Center for Orthopedics, and Power Home Remodeling Group.
just won the Australian lottery.
But you've never been to Australia.
Right.
Have you ever played the Australian lottery?
No.
So, how did you win?
Gee, I don't know.
"20 minutes after you quit smoking, your blood pressure decreases. After 2 days, your chance of heart attack drops. And 1 year after you quit, your risk of heart disease is cut in half. But right now, you're a heart attack waiting to happen. Every cigarette makes you sick. Quit smoking today."
Good Morning Connecticut starts Sunday at 6 a.m. with the day's top stories. Plus, we'll talk to the creator of City Bench, part of New Haven's Project Storefronts.
And of course, what does your Sunday look like? Find out starting at 6.
TMZ has Hallie and Justin Bieber too. This guy is handsome and this guy has a good personality. Oh, you're handsome too. It's a celebrity news melting pot.
Weeknights at 10:35 on MyTV9. You brought us all these story ideas through Report It.
Veterans concerned about losing transportation contacted News 8.
Then we got to work on them and got real results for you. Thanks for being a part of the team, and keep those story ideas coming.
Back here in Woodbridge, last minute 20 of the first half. They fake it to Adelino. Valley's in trouble, and Valley swarmed under. As the pressure came, the middle of that line, Dan and the linebackers, Daniel Ives, Matt Walsh coming in. Valley was looking for some protection and it wasn't there. Minute 45 to go and a timeout taken. And this is a tough situation now. I believe that Daniel Hand has its timeouts remaining. I think. Who took that timeout? Try to find out whether it was Hand or Amity that took the timeout. I got a feeling it was Hand. That'll leave them with 2. And the offensive coordinator in the middle of that Amity huddle is not happy. Amity's got one of its recent stars back coaching as an assistant and the head coach of the freshman team, Ted Zapega. He played down at Florida Atlantic for Howard Schnellenberger. And he has come back to his alma mater now. Second down. And out of his end zone, Valley looking to throw. Keeping it. He'll pick up some yardage, getting out close to the 10-yard line, picked up about 6 yards on the carry. And Daniel Hand will call the timeout to stop the clock again, bringing up a third down and about 6. All right, that might be the final timeout, I'm being told, for Daniel Hand. So they will try and get the football back. Now, if you're Amity, you don't want to make a mistake here, obviously, and you want to make sure you pick up some positive yardage and keep the clock going. So if you throw a pass, make sure it's a safe one that you can complete, because incomplete will stop the clock. You want to stay in bounds. If you can pick up the first down, fine, but the clock moving is your top priority right now, I think, if you're the Spartans. Trying to get to the locker room, no worse down than 23 points. And that tells you what kind of evening, first half it has been after the first couple of series for the Spartans. And, well, they will roll out and throw. And there's the incompletion. And it's Ellison who simply dropped the football wide open at the 5-yard line, and that stops the clock. And that is a crucial mistake for Amity. And now they will have to punt the football away, so Hand will get it back with a good minute 15 or more left by the time the play is over. Maybe a minute 20 to go. There's 1:29 left right now in the first half. You wonder if they will, Hand that is, will come for the block. Or will they let Cole German kick it away, try for the return? They will set up the return. at the 40. And a good return. And room to run inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. And that was Matt Sullivan. With that return, it sets up Hand in tremendous field position. Hand led by 4 touchdowns at the end of the first half last week against Lyman Hall. They are in position to put up another touchdown or give Bell an opportunity as they are inside the 20. They swing it out, another screen and more room. And tripped up at the 10 is Tyler Riccio, or actually Ewald. A first down and goal. It's at about the 8-yard line. 1:07 to go. They will start the clock once the sticks are set. And Foy looking. Oh, all the time he needs, and the pass nearly picked off. The coverage outstanding by Amity. The protection likewise for Hand. Boy, Henry Foy had a month to throw the football. You're looking at Cody Allison, 5'8", 145-pound senior, one of the 7 seniors that play for Amity and one of only a couple that played any significant time last year. Remember, he had a couple of catches in the game we did, I think, against Shelton. Now Foy on the roll. Lofts it to a wide-open receiver for the touchdown. It's Riccio. Tyler Riccio got behind the defenders, and the touch was perfect from Henry Foy. So the return by the punt returner Sullivan set up Hand with a very short field, about 18 yards. They had time due to the dropped pass by Ellison on 3rd down for Amity. They couldn't run the clock. There's still 47.5 seconds to go in the half. Bell on for the extra point attempt, and it's good. So 30-0. Hand on top and looking at it from the ground level and on the roll. Foy saw the receiver who just floated behind the defense. Riccio doing a great job getting to that corner of the end zone, and the defense never saw him. So a huge second quarter. 24 points in the second quarter for Hand, and the Tigers are comfortably up 30-0. See a little bit of dejection on the Amity sideline, but still another half of football to play, and I'm sure the coaches, Bert Mazelis and his staff, will try to impress upon the Spartans that there is another 24 minutes of play remaining, and they can do some good things and try to get back into the football game. And our John Pearson will talk with Hand head coach Steve Filippone at the end of this first half. I'm sure he will have plenty to say to John after his Tigers have put up 30 here in the first half. And again, you talk about that more than 50-point rule that it actually was broken a week ago, but no suspension given. And the return now for Amity out to near the 40-yard line. So the Spartans will take over with 40 seconds from their 40. Do they try something? You might see a couple of fly patterns. Try to get somebody deep. Seminella will be in the slot top of the screen. 2 receivers to each side. We'll see what Valley does. Little design draw that gets nowhere. The ball is loose. Was he down? Who's got it? No one yet. Picked up. The Tigers are running. And that's Walsh, I believe. Matt Walsh with the football recovery. Yes, indeed, a fumble. And the Tigers are looking to score again. I thought maybe Valley was down, but the officials say no. And Matt Walsh, after a scramble, picks it up, and it's down to the 10-yard line. No timeouts, but still 27 seconds to go in this first half. And things have unraveled for Amity in the last 7 or 8 minutes of this second quarter. And now Foy and the Tigers. And again, we're looking for another football, and as we do, quickly, watch it again. It was a designed draw, and he was wrapped up, and yes, lost the football right away. The hit made by Wes Staples, I believe. Now Foy into the end zone, wide open, another touchdown. Another touchdown, it's Ewald. Caleb Ewald with a grab, actually Anderson, Kyle Anderson, excuse me. Wide open for the touchdown. Kyle Anderson. A 10-yard strike from Henry Foy. And things have gotten out of control here in Woodbridge. Hand on top, 36-0. Ryan Bell on for the extra point. It's good. Another 7 points off the miscue and just a mistake. Just a fumble by Valley. Recovered by Walsh. Foy to Anderson. And really, as quickly as I said it, that's how fast it happened. 37-0. Hand on top, and that man right there on the sideline, Steve Philippone, will be talking with our John Pearson, I wonder if he can explain how fast this route has occurred. Still a whole half of football to play. We still have basically 20 seconds of the first half. We'll see what Amity can do on the kickoff. I would imagine they'll take a knee if they don't return it substantially into hand territory. Taken at the 25 and returned for about 10 yards by David Buono, a sophomore. 13 seconds to go. Amity with the ball on its own 36-yard line. There's Steve Philippone, probably preparing his thoughts for our John Pearson in just a moment or so. Well, Valley will chuck it up, maybe. Eludes to Michael and throws it deep. And it's caught. It's caught by Cole German. Does Amity have a timeout left? There's 2.5 seconds left. They've got to run down. They're going to have to spike it quickly. Well, German made a great catch. Ball's at the 8-yard line. They're going to go for one play. They're not going to spike it. They'll try one play. Valley to the corner. Oh, just out of the reach. Great effort by Cody Ellison, and the effort by Amity to get on the scoreboard at the end of the first half. That's what high school football is all about, folks. 37-0 Hand taking it into the locker room. Tigers in control, but a little bit of excitement at the end of the first half for the Spartans and their home fans here in the home opener at Sim Field. A little something to build upon. You like the effort by the Spartans despite the score. The Tigers will certainly feel comfortable going into their lair, and if you're Steve Philippone, maybe you work on a few things. You talk about a few things that happened a moment ago to make sure those don't happen in the second half, but he's got to be thrilled with his team's performance outside of the first couple series of this football game when both teams scuffled with the football. And Steve is now with our John Pearson.
All right, Steve, first couple series of the game, a little rusty, but since then you guys have dominated, with the exception of maybe that big play late.
Yeah, a slow start for us, but our offense kicked in. Our defense has been playing great football all year long. We turned the ball over tonight, I think, 3 times, and we weren't able to capitalize early, but we started capitalizing now. So.
You know, Foy, Fry, getting you in the end zone. 37-0 right now. I don't know if you think much about that whole 50-point rule, do you, going into halftime and how you're going to play the second half?
Yeah, we always do, you know, but I mean, this is a good football team and this is a good football game, although the score's not indicative of it. We're going to let our guys play a little bit, but we're going to have to close it down some and keep that in mind, of course. It's the way it goes.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. It's Steve Philippone, head coach of the Hand Tigers. His team's up 37-0 at the half. Mark?
Thank you very much, John, and thanks again to Coach Philippone. And we are at halftime here in Woodbridge at William Simfield. Hand on top of Amity, 37-0. It's the high school football game of the week. You're watching it all on MyTV9 and WTNH.com.
Do you need help with your well water? Rhodes Pump provides reliable and professional well system and sewage pump services. Quality work for old-fashioned prices and value. Call Rhodes Pump Service 800-543-3578.
You're watching the high school football game of the week on MyTV9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body, Center for Orthopedics, and Power Home Remodeling Group.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Sumner from Center for Orthopedics. Today's Medical Minute is on stingers. Stingers occur in football players commonly when they are tackling or blocking. Their neck is twisted and they will feel a burning or numbness into their arm or shoulder. It occurs because the neck pinches down and the nerve roots here are pinched. Stingers are often ignored, but they can be a sign of problems within the neck. They need to be rested till all the numbness has disappeared. It usually means the player comes out for practice or for that game, and if the symptoms last longer than a week, they need to be evaluated because it can indicate sometimes other problems within the neck. So numbness in the hand means to stop play and to come out of practice.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait to text. Don't put your life in jeopardy.
Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your kids.
The life you save might be your own.
For more information about Wait to Text, go to WTNH.com. Coverage of the high school football game of the week on MyTV9 is proudly supported by Rhodes Pump Service. Call for all your well water needs. For more information and a schedule of games, go to WTNH.com.
Well, welcome back as we get set for the start of the third quarter here of our high school game of the week. You can see from the low angle there that the rain is falling. It fell very heavily. In fact, we've had an hour and 20-minute rain/lightning delay, but with the magic of television, you, the viewer, have not had to wait through it. I'm Mark Robbins along with John Pearson. We'll hear from Brittany Decker throughout this third quarter as we get set to start. Amity kicking off, trailing Hand 37-0. And we are underway, and we are going low angle for a while. And the kick returned to about the 33-yard line. West Staples with the return of that kickoff, and so here come the Tigers, and they will have some changes as we start the third quarter. In fact, Brendan Bilchek is the backup quarterback, and he is in for Henry Foy, John.
And a chance to see the depth of the Hand program. Steve Philippone talks about it. They have a lot of talented guys, a lot of different positions, and there's a good play by the Amity defense right out of the gate. Well, the Amity defense looking to change the momentum a little bit, and they make a tackle of Bilchek behind the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Alberti making the tackle. Well, Steve Philippone told us just after the half that he's going to shut it down a little bit here in the second half, already up 37-0. See a lot of, I would think, the ground game for the Tigers the rest of the way. And this is Bilchek keeping the football, getting it out to about the 38-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and about 8 before the Tigers of Hand. And again, it was a flurry at the end of the second quarter. A couple of touchdowns in the final minute and a half of the first half by Hand that really blew this game wide open in favor of the Tigers.
Third down and about 6. Bilchek in that shotgun. Keeping it again, getting out to about the 40. Good job by Amity to string that out. A pickup of 2 will leave Hand short about 3 yards. And a 4th down punt. Coming up, you look at Tyler Valley, the Amity senior quarterback, getting ready with David Adelino to get back on the field. They nearly scored at the end of the first half, but down 37-0. A lot of work to do on a muddy field now at Williams Sim Field.
And they have to treat this like a whole new game, the second half, Mark. You know, 37-0 game seems to be out of hand, but they're going to have to work now, maybe towards next week. This game pretty much looks like it's going to go Hand's way.
Tyler Bishop has had some returns in the first half that were pretty good. This time gets knocked out of bounds by Matt Walsh at about the 20, 21-yard line.
You see that rain still falling, Mark, and I was down on the field about 10 minutes ago. And prior to the game, we were out there as well, and it was already soft before all of this rain. We've, of course, had a lot of rain throughout the week, but with this extra rainfall down there, it's like quicksand out there.
And you're looking at the Amity offense now setting up. There is a penalty on the play. We'll see what Mike Barbaro says, and it's a 15-yard penalty, personal foul penalty against Hand. So good field position, pretty good at the 35 for Valley and the Spartans. And with time, and now the protection breaks down, Valley takes off, crosses the 40-yard line on a nice gain out to about the 42. Pickup of, they pick up about 8.
Looks like they're doing the quick offense thing as well here, Mark.
You got to make up 37 points. Can't do it in one play, but they'll hand off to Adelino, and David Adelino gets nothing. Walsh again, he's been all over the place from his linebacker spot for the Tigers of Hand.
We've lost a good part of our crowd that was out here in force early on, lost the band, so things have quieted down a little bit out in the stands.
Only the Hardy have returned. I see the cheerleaders in rain gear for Hand on the far sideline, and the long pitch to Adelino. He tried to get outside, but a great defensive play. How about the pursuit from Ed O'Neill, the senior?
That's a tough play right there. You're trying to get outside and make a hard cut. On that grass down there right now, Mark, that's going to be a hard play to do unless you have about 6-inch spikes on those cleats.
That's about a 7-yard pitch. Outside to Adelino, and 4th and 1 from the 43-yard line. You're down 37. You have some fun in the rain and the mud. Fourth down. Valley out of the shotgun. They keeps it up the middle. He's not going to get it. And again, Walsh, DeMichael, and also Peter Gerson, 6'3" junior, stopping Tyler Valley short on the 4th down. You can see some of the frustration for Valley.
That was a long night before that rain delay came along for them, Mark. Their offense had trouble catching the ball, throwing the ball a little bit, and you know, if they can't get much going here in this third quarter with this field and in tough conditions as well, and you know, you got that Hand defense, which Steve Filippone was raving about at halftime, how well they played in the first half.
Brendan Bilchek, the backup quarterback, in the snap, nearly got over his head. Inside, the play made by Jordan Lawjenny, the tackle on, well, that is a new tailback. That is Ben Bednarczyk, Jr. You have to see the front of his jersey to find out who he is. The back completely muddied up from the 42. 2nd down and about 9. Bilchek looking at something. You don't see the quarterback lean too much. To check out, read the defense, and the give up the middle. Bednarczyk picking up another yard or so.
Going to see a lot of that, I think, here. Mark trying to run up the middle or just to the left, over the left guard, right guard. In conditions like this, it's much easier to run north-south than it is east to west.
Zach Toro on the stop there for the Spartans. His dad's a former star offensive lineman at Central Connecticut. And the pass is picked off. The pass right through the hands of the receiver into Cody Ellison's arms, and the Spartans with a turnover here midway through the third quarter. And Brittany Decker has found some hearty fans, haven't you, Brittany?
Still here cheering at the game. All right. Oh, they want to do the wave. You want to do the wave? All right. What's your name?
Rich Photos.
Hi, Rich. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How come you decided to stick around in the rain?
I come to all the games to support the high school program. My son will be up here next year, and so I've been coming to the games for the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, that's very exciting, and you're true fans really sticking it out here in the rain. You're all wet, and that doesn't matter.
No, don't matter. They're in the rain, we're in the rain. Don't matter.
Awesome. You're right. Well, thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me a little bit. Back to you guys.
Oh, thank you very much, Brittany. A loss of 2 yards on that first down play. Valley struggling to find some yardage, and now with no one to throw to, he just chucks it out of bounds to save his life. He was running that time, trying to get away from the pursuit from Vince Girantana.
You got to give Valley some credit. I mean, he's rolling out there, Mark. You know he can't cut back. He's got the shifty moves. You saw it in the first half, but he's not going to be able to make the cuts like he was early on. And then to try to throw that ball, which is wet, not many great options on that play right there for Valley.
Third down and 12, 37-0 our score with a little more than 6 minutes to go here, third quarter. Adelino tries to gallop to get things going, picked up a couple of yards, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Picked up actually another couple. So he gets it out to about the 35, 4th and 8. The Spartans will trudge off. The offense will trudge off. The punt team will come on and kick it back to hand. So we are experiencing a couple of firsts here tonight. First time we've had a game in our game of the week at Amity. First time we've had a rain delay, and a significant one of about an hour and 20 minutes. And German with the punt that is fielded, and that will be it. I guess signaling for the fair catch was Matt Sullivan. So it'll be hands football at its own 31-yard line.
Good call there by Sullivan to make sure ball pops loose. You know, you got to be right on it. In slippery conditions like this, you don't want to give Amity the ball that deep in your territory.
Tigers come out again with that spread look. 3 receivers now to the top of the screen. And 1 down left of the formation. Bilczek, the handoff this time to Connor Dowd. And Connor has a little athletic history in his background. His father, baseball general manager in the minor leagues, independent leagues, AA with Norwich and the Bridgeport Bluefish, Charlie Dowd. Now running the arena in Bridgeport.
He's with the New Haven Ravens for a while too, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. Working the play clock down is Brendan Bilczek. Blitz coming, and Dowd gets away from a couple of defenders and squeezes out a yard or 2.
Lucky to get a yard or 2 out of that, Mark, too. A little miscommunication looked like on the initial handoff.
It was Logenia on the blitz again. And what you're seeing from both teams is a lot of juniors. Now, Amity starts a lot of juniors, and a lot of juniors are seeing a lot of action for hand as backups, alternates, if you will, but guys that get in a lot. Hand has scored more than 40 in its first 2 victories of the season. Well, Jenny faking that blitz. Alberti comes from the right side, and they go deep, and it's picked off again. How about Cody Ellison? And he makes his second interception in as many series.
He was dinged up earlier in the game, Mark. He comes back here and looks to be just fine. He's, as you said, tough kid. He's got that snowboarding thing he loves to do. And you know what? That's not for the faint of heart.
No. And let's take a look at it again. And Cody Ellison is playing safety here and just gets deep. And that two-deep safety works well for Amity, and they come up with the interception. And Spartans turning over hand again, and now a little bit of motion, little counter move, and David Adelino busted up the middle into hand territory. Biggest run of the day for the Spartans, and a first down at the 43 of hand. They're going to quickly come to the line of scrimmage. They are a left guard short. Somebody running onto the field.
We've had a little of that tonight, Mark. We've gotten the football a couple times. The punter hasn't been out there.
And now Valley trying to spin and cannot spin out of the grasp of Jason Cianfaglione.
Yeah, that guy.
Pick a vowel. And a loss of about a yard back to the 45-yard line of hand. Valley will look to throw. A lot of time. Now it's broken down, and he fires to the outside. And what a defensive effort that time. And coming across to make the deflection and knock the ball out of bounds is a young man who we don't have on the roster. But credit number 39 with a big-time deflection.
And he closed quickly on that play, too, Mark, to make that happen.
So fast they couldn't put him on the roster. They couldn't catch his name when they gave him the shirt. And now the pump fake and over the middle. Nice ball and out of the hands of Cody Ellison. Now, to be fair, Ellison's had trouble catching the balls from Valley. He's not had trouble catching the balls coming out of the hand quarterback.
And that will hit him in the hands. You know, maybe a little slippery out there, Mark, with the conditions the way they are.
Now a fourth down coming up and a punt situation. 4th and 11 at the 45, and the two safeties will drop back for the Tigers. German with a nice job to scoop that low snap, and he gets a nice kick away that is taken at the 15 and a fair catch by Sullivan. That's where Hand will have it when we return. Hand 37, Amity, nothing. The high school football game of the week on MyTV9 at WTNH.com.
Does your home's exterior need work and you've been putting it off? New windows or doors, perhaps siding, or roofing. Imagine getting it all for free, everything. Just enter the Power Home Remodeling $50,000 home improvement sweepstakes. There's no purchase necessary and nothing to lose. Well, except drafty windows and a leaky roof, that is. Enter online, 888remodel.com. $50,000. What are you waiting for?
Power Home Remodeling Group, 888 Remodel.
Thinking about a new career in cosmetology but can't afford tuition? Welcome to Sista's Academy of Cosmetology, where the only thing you pay for are the books. With Learn to Earn, the tuition is absolutely free. It's easy. Learn from professional instructors today's cutting-edge techniques and salon management skills.
I'm learning the hottest cuts and how to be my own boss.
Start your career today with free tuition at Sista's Academy of Cosmetology. Call 203-440-3996.
Your future starts now.
I've spent the last 20 years as a reporter traveling all around the world. I don't have all the answers, but I do have the questions. And together, we can learn more, we can laugh more, we can get more out of life every day.
Weeknights at 5 on MyTV9.
Everyone has a boss. Hers is just more confident.
There are no bad ideas in brainstorming. I'm sure I'll come up with something at the 11th hour. I always do. Because I'm just that good.
This fall, get more of Jack. 5 nights a week, 30 Rock.
Weeknights at 7 on MyTV9.
When you watch Judge Judy, the cases get you thinking.
You think this is going to be easy? This is not going to be easy.
The topics get you talking.
You better stop harassing each other. You have a child.
Judge Judy.
Weeknights at 6 on MyTV9.
You're watching the high school football game of the week on MyTV9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by North Haven Auto Body, Center for Orthopedics, and Power Home Remodeling Group. All right, come on back to Simfield, where we get set for another possession for the Hand Tigers. And trouble on the snap. Ball's down. Picked up by Jordan Largeni, and it's a first down and goal for the Spartans. Well, he's been in on a lot of plays.
He's been nose for the ball tonight, no doubt about it, Mark.
Jordan Largeni playing through a tough shoulder problem and jumping on that football. He's fired up. Not playing the scoreboard game. He's just playing football. So a big opportunity now. 6-yard line, first and goal for the Spartans. As you said, John, you're playing this game like the first half didn't exist.
No, you have to. Otherwise, Mark, you look at that scoreboard, and you know, why come out for the second half even after that rain delay? And for Hands, same thing. They've got guys now that, you know, this experience is going to help them later on in the year come the crunch games, the tougher games, the games against Cheshire and the playoff games.
Valley on the option. He'll keep it and get taken down. Slipped as well. Tough to get to the outside on this turf right now.
And
and look at it.
That's a mess down there. And like I said early on in this game, before the rain came, Mark, it was already soft down there. So you had that heavy downpour we had that delayed us, you know, with the lightning as well for over an hour. And, you know, you're going to see a lot of north-south running. You know, the plays that Valley was able to make early in the first half, he's not going to be able to make them here in the second half.
So Hand is taking a timeout. Steve Filippone wants to get his defense settled in for a second and goal situation. And, you know, as you were talking about, if you're Amity, and how about the hardiness of the cheer supporters, the cheerleaders, and the support for the Hand Tigers. They are ready. And is there anybody else over in the state? Yes, there are some people that they are cheering for.
If you're a mom or a dad, you know what? You're sticking around no matter what. And, you know, I think the cheerleaders had to stick around, too, because the bus didn't leave. So
that's right. They come on the bus. And here we go for Amity now. A second down and goal. They're at the Hand 6, and you know it's 4-down territory. Let's see if they can find something, maybe over the middle, a short pass. They don't run a tight end often, but they have a big kid, and they get it out to Adelino, but it falls incomplete. Now, they have a tight end, a big 10th grader, a sophomore, Damon Robinson, that Bert Mazzellis told me would see some action at tight end. He hasn't been in there, but a big kid that's 6'3", you know, maybe a little pop pass over the middle.
You know, Adelino's had a couple of nice runs up the middle tonight, too, Mark. You know, how about you challenge your O-line to make a play here and create a hole to get him to bounce to the middle?
There it is, John. You make the call, and he picks up about 3 yards, getting inside the 5 to about the 3. So now it's 4th and goal from the 3. You know Amity's going to go for it. Why not?
Yeah, it's the closest they've been all night long, Mark, to the end zone. And, you know, at this point, you know, you can taste it. I mean, you know what? Why not go right back to Adelino?
They may go on a quick count here, and it was quick because Cole German motioned illegally. Stepped over the line of scrimmage, and that's going to cost them 5 yards. That's a tough penalty. You saw it happen low angle as German looked at his wristband, saw the play, and then made a step forward across the line. So it's 4th down and goal back at the 7. Valley with Adelino now moving out of your picture. Crossing pattern. Ellison, touchdown, Amity. Well, they executed that play to perfection, and Cody Ellison gets the touchdown reception. Nice throw from Tyler Valley. Spartans on the scoreboard.
Well, as you said, Marcus had a couple of big catches on the defensive side of the ball, and there's his first big one on the offensive side. And, hey, you know, slow baby steps. I mean, this quarter is flying by here, but, you know, Amity is on the scoreboard, and you know what? Come next week, you're going to feel a little bit better as long as you don't have a 0 next to your name.
Lyle Luthon, the sophomore kicker, for the extra point attempt, and the kick is good. Pressure came from both corners, both ends, and Luth banged it home.
Great job by the holder to grab that and put it down.
37-7, hand over Amity. It's the high school game of the week. Back in a moment.
This
fall on Millionaire. More stars, more ways to win. The excitement doesn't stop on Millionaire.
Weekdays at 4.
America looks to Judge Joe for justice.
I protect womanhood and I promote manhood. TCB, take care of business.
Bravo. Remember, you've been warned. Bringing manhood to your hood. Judge Joe Brown.
Weekdays at 3 on MyTV9.
Hi, this is Brittany, the MyTV9 star. Connecticut is a small state, but it sure has a lot of character.
Follow my Star Tour as I dive into the action and appear at events that strengthen our communities around the state.
100 years of service for the Canaan Fire Department. Oh, sweet Brittany Decker, I'll be your MC for the afternoon. Hello from Stamford, Connecticut, Kent Falls, in Mystic, Connecticut, in Goshen, beautiful state capital.
If you would like to book me for your event, go to mytv9star.com.
Good Morning Connecticut starts Sunday at 6 a.m. with the day's top stories. Plus, we'll talk to the creator of City Bench, part of New Haven's Project Storefronts.
And of course, what does your Sunday look like? Find out starting at 6.
TMZ has Hallie and Justin Bieber too. This guy is handsome and this guy has a good personality. Oh, you're handsome too. It's a celebrity news melting pot.
Weeknights at 10:35 on MyTV9.
Wait.
Wait to text.
Don't put your life in jeopardy.
Keep both hands on the wheel.
Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your kids.
No text is worth dying for.
You brought us all these story ideas through Report It.
Veterans concerned about losing transportation contacted News 8.
Then we got to work on them and got real results for you. Thanks for being a part of the team, and keep those story ideas coming.
What will you build? What will be your legacy? How will you make the world a better place? If you're searching for an answer to these questions, Habitat for Humanity can help. It's a curious thing, thought Habitat for Humanity. We build houses and something more, something extraordinary. A Habitat build site is where laying one foundation can transform a neighborhood. Where painting a room colors an entirely new outlook on life. Where installing a window offers a clearer vision of the future. Where renovating a home can renew a community. Where setting a level can balance a life. You see, Habitat for Humanity builds houses and so much more. So what will you build? Visit Habitat.org to learn more.
Amity about to kick off to the Hand Tigers after the touchdown, 37-7. Hand on top. Luth getting ready to boot it from his 40. Short little pooch down to about the 28-yard line and taken out to about the 34 is Wes Staples. So Amity with their first touchdown of this football game. Now, the defense has forced a couple turnovers, and we'll see what Brett Belchek and the Hand offense can do. And, you know, John, these spread offenses aren't made to, you know, control the ball on the ground that much, so it's a little difficult.
Well, and you got to give your young guys, you want to give them the live game experience, whether the conditions are like this or not, Mark. The only way to get better and to improve week to week is to actually plan a game and get the real live snaps.
And that pass was juggled and dropped by Ian Mayer. So they are, as I mentioned, it's tough to run and chew up the clock out of the spread. You know, you've only got the one back, and they don't run a lot of option at Hand.
Right.
So they try short ball control passes, and it stops the clock, and now you're 2nd and 10 with 1:10 to go third quarter. Bilchek will look to throw. Again, the lefty had time, flushed out. They lost containment, and the first down on the carry by the junior Bilchek knocked out of bounds by Connor Myatt. But a first down on the run.
Like I said, Mark, you know, got through the line, couldn't hold him in there tight. And with a guy like that who's got some speed and was running, you could see running kind of lightly, but he didn't have much in the way of interference until he got past that first down marker.
That time he got outside of Dennis Flanagan, and a timeout called, I think, by the Tigers. That might be their second time out of this third quarter. Now the rain has pretty much stopped. Field is
a mess,
muddy at best, but certainly has Brittany Decker working the sidelines again.
Again, there are not too many people left here tonight, but we have some stragglers here standing right at the fence watching the games on the sideline. Why did you guys decide to stick around today?
Well, we came to support our school and, you know, we had some friends here, so we stayed around.
What year are you?
A sophomore.
Awesome. And did you guys come to see anybody in particular tonight?
Yeah, my buddy, number 58, Andrew Cilio, tore his ACL and meniscus last week in the East Haven game. Just came to support him.
Well, that's very nice of you guys to come out tonight and to stick around. Hope you stay for the whole game. And back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Brittany. Bilchek on the carry.
Nice job by him going up there and get that snap, which was a little bit high, and turn it into a gain.
Michael Vitale making the tackle for the Spartans. They'll change the play up. Bilchek and the Tigers on the move at the 46-yard line of the Spartans of Amity. Might be the last play coming up here, third quarter. Keeps it, hitting the backfield, but stumbling forward is Bilchek inside the 45 to about the 43. It'll be about a yard or so short as the third quarter ends here in Woodbridge. It's been muddy, but entertaining. Amity with the only points of the third quarter, so Hand with a 37-7 lead as we move on to the fourth quarter. And John Pearson, we're going to again take a look at the upcoming games here on MyTV9 and WTNH.com. And we're trying to span the state.
Yeah, we've done a good job of hitting just about every corner of the state, or we will do a good job hitting every corner of the state, Mark. And so many games jump out. Of course, we talked about the Pomp-Rock-Massick game earlier, and that's looking to be a great showdown as well. Nice to get out to check out Guilford and Foreign and check out New Britain, and to Bucky Jones, the head coach there, former New England Patriot, star at Syracuse, and of course star at New Britain High School back in the day. And Wilbur Cross, John Aquavita and his guys. It'd be nice to see them on November 19th.
Yeah, that's one of those games that I'm interested in too, because you get teams, Norwich Free Academy coming all the way to New Haven or East Haven. That game will be played, but coming a long way. They don't, unless it's a state tournament game, they tend not to travel this far west. And we get a little shot. Hello, folks. We have to look down because the windows go up here.
Good thing we have good backs.
Yes.
We're in our shape.
Here at William E. Sims Stadium at Amity High School. And look at this, under center for the first time, and on the keeper, 3rd down and 1, and Bilchek